In Israel, an annual Jewish festival ended up becoming the country's worst civilian disaster in decades. At least 44 people were killed in a stampede during the Lag Baomer celebrations on Thursday. The images that have emerged are appalling, but reports in the Israeli media say that this was a tragedy waiting to happen.
The Lag Baomer is an annual Jewish festival. It marks the death anniversary of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, a sage who is held in reverence by Jews across Israel. Thousands of worshippers gather like this each year and celebrate the rabbi's life at his shrine on Mount Meron. There is bonfire. There are songs. And the traditional Jewish circle dance of Hurrah. This year, little did the revelers know a tragedy was about to mar the festival. The video was captured moments before a deadly stampede stopped the celebrations. The carnage began when a section of a stadium seating collapsed, forcing hundreds to move out through a narrow alleyway, falling on top of each other, struggling to breathe. At least 44 people died on the spot. 150 others have been seriously injured. Eyewitnesses say they've never seen anything like it.
We were moved to the rear area, where everyone started to exit from the lighting. The audience of Hasidut told us a harem. We saw people pushing over the other, and slowly we saw people being trampled.
Absolutely difficult sights. I'm about 10 years a paramedic and I don't remember I have seen sights like these.
Rescue and relief operations went on till the next morning. Emergency response teams are still clearing the area. Leading rabbis are asking revelers to leave the event, fearing the government would use the tragedy to restrict future celebrations.
We're all heartbroken today. Instead of being happy and rejoicing on this great day of Lag Baomer right here in Meron, people are walking around with their nose down instead of being high spirit and happy. And needless to say that the Israeli government will probably use this as an excuse not to allow anybody to come next year on Lag Baomer to celebrate Lag Baomer over here, as it's been done for the past hundreds of years.
So far, the Israeli government has been sympathetic in its response. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu himself visited the Stampede site. He has declared a national day of mourning.
The
Mount Meron disaster is one of the worst disasters that has befallen the state of Israel. We mourn the victims. Our hearts go out to the families and also to the wounded, whom we wish for their full recovery. We will conduct a thorough, serious and in-depth investigation to ensure that such a disaster does not recur. I would like to declare a national day of mourning on Sunday. Let us all unite with the grief of the families and a prayer for the recovery of the wounded.
Israel is mourning. The Israeli media is pointing out the lapses. Restrictions on public gatherings are still in place across Israel. But ultra-Orthodox Jews are said to have shown consistent resistance towards health and safety measures. They've also stood firmly behind Netanyahu during the last 2 years of political uncertainty. So the Israeli government was wary of angering conservatives by imposing restrictions. It authorized 10,000 pilgrims to gather at the site. But reports say more than 30,000 had arrived by Thursday morning. It was a tragedy waiting to happen. Whether anyone will be held accountable for it is a question awaiting an answer. WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.